guys, well, it happened. I crashed my Draco, so I'm just gonna go over the damage right now, and I'm gonna be doing a video on how I'm gonna repair this. Not gonna be easy, but it should all go back together. So let me just show you. Okay, so here's where we're starting. I just basically have assessed the damage of the airplane. It's not actually as bad as it looks right now, guys. The big thing I was concerned with was impact on the motor. So when it came down, I kind of came down, hit one wing, hit the motor, and then hit the other wing, and that's what brought the whole wing out of the top of the fuselage here. I have all the windows, and it was kind of nice that the window came out because there was a bunch of finger or like smudgies on the inside of the window that I wanted to clean out. Well, I couldn't unless I removed the window. So hey, the window was removed right now. There is these plastic parts that right here that hold the wing caps onto the end here. So I noticed that there was a seam here on the bottom here, and that kind of white weird glue that Eflite uses to hold things together is kind of rubbery. I basically split everything apart here so I could get to the inside portion here. I just started putting these on. I just glued this one into place, this one here. This kind of goes in and connects to this carbon rod that's right here. There's another arm that comes out from here that gets glued on here. So I'm gonna basically, I've glued this one and this one. I'm gonna do these two as well. I have a new cowl on order, although I actually don't have to have that one. It'll just make it look a little nicer, but this one actually will go back together. It has a little crack right down here. The manifold here, I have it right here. I can glue that back together. I have a couple little pieces of foam here that go up here on these corners that are gonna be glued back together. The only real stress mark that I show here is on the side of the fuselage here, and it kind of squished this together. Not bad. I've actually bent it back just a little bit. The other only spot that I got some stress marks was right here on the back, here and here, and I've actually already put some glue on these guys to help shore that up. As you guys saw from the original photos, the elevator popped off just from stress. I went ahead and glued that back in. My tail mods are still working and everything. So once I get this top piece back together, I'll need to hook up the wiring harnesses here, and I'm going to show you the wiring harnesses real quick. When this spar joiner pulled out of the top of the fuselage, it damaged a few of the leads here. So let me just take a look here. So this is the aileron here. That one survived just fine. This is the flap, and this one has one broken lead here, as you can see. I'll be able to solder that orange wire together very easily. Here's where a little bit more of the damage came in. So this is this top, this is this top servo cable here, and this is gonna basically need to go back into here. The only other one that came out here, this is actually the lighting harness right here. This one goes to this bottom one right down here. As you can see, it's going in right there. So yeah, this should be pretty easy to put back together. And I'll basically glue both of these end caps on the ends of the fuselage here. And those little mounts that I was gluing into the fuselage, these lower spots here and here, that's where those screw into. And there is a carbon rod that goes across here as well. That one got crushed, so I'm going to see if I have a solid option that I can actually insert into that section. So this actually is going to be probably the hardest part, and the rest of it's going to be pretty easy. There is the very front of the fuselage here, and also this is actually a scale detail. It hides all the upper wiring. This is the roof of the cockpit that goes up. It got broken off from the upper portion here, and like I said, it just hides all those wires where these connect into actually. Okay guys, so I just got done rewiring my wing. So this is the wing that nothing ripped out of, and this one is the wing where this and this down here these leads were all ripped out of these connectors here. So I got them all connected back up. So I was curious because I wasn't quite sure how all the order of these went because of this upper section here. So this is the left wing here. So you're going to follow this. The signal wire is going towards the trailing edge. The negative is going towards the leading edge. For the lower three, these are all identical. And I'll tilt that over so you can see. So you can see all this one, and this one are all identical. When you come up to this one that says strip on it, you can see it says strip. This one is reversed from what's down below. And you're going to follow the same thing on the other wing. And you'll notice on the other wing, everything is reversed down here, and this is reversed up here. So let's go ahead and take a look here. This is the right wing. You'll see down below that we have signal wire going towards the leading edge and negative towards the trailing edge here on these lower three. Now this one is going to be reversed, even though it looks like it's the same right now. My impatience knows no bounds. I went ahead and glued this in when I shouldn't have. Anyway, as you come down the line, you'll see that I corrected it here. So this actually is this is signal wire towards the trailing edge and the negative wire towards the positive edge. It looks like it's reversed, but it's not. Anyway, that's how you wire in these wings. If you ever have to do it, make sure you keep all the bottom ones the same, and the top one is going to be reversed from whatever the bottom ones are. And that makes the strip wire right here, this is for the large strobes that are underneath the wing. Alright guys, so let's talk about the rest of the Draco repair. Obviously I got a little carried away and I did some repairs without actually showing it on camera, but I think you guys will be able to appreciate what I did. Obviously I glued in the windows. The side windows weren't glued in very well, so I put in some E6000, which I used for the entire repair process. The side windows here and the front windows, they key in together. There on the front window, there's actually some little points that insert into the side windows here. So that's actually really nice and structural. The window went in just fine. As you guys can tell that I have this new prop on here. I believe this is a 15 by 10. You'd probably easily go to a 16 by 10, but it feels relatively the same as the stock Performance. I did not film also just gluing this this exhaust pipe back together. Obvious stuff to do. And I've also filmed a video on using some of the Dubros, the 5-inch Dubros, on some off-road excursions. You guys can see a video on that on my channel. The only other thing that I didn't really film was I put E6000 on the back elevator as well. Since filming, I've added a lot more elevator travel as the maximum that I can, just because when you're coming in for the landings and you're coming in slow, you want to have a lot of elevator authority. The thing that suffered the worst was these ends here. I was able to kind of iron these out with my sealing iron that I used for putting like Mon coat on. So I put some water on here and then hit it with the sealing iron, and actually took out a lot of these wrinkles quite well on both wing ends there. So the only two things that I needed to buy for this repair was actually just the cowl, which was $7, and the prop, which was 13 bucks, something like that. It was actually quite expensive, but that's the only thing I really had to do. One of the best modifications you can do for this wing is to, for this model, is actually to take this spike that comes out of here, which gets caught on everything, and just put a little 45-degree bend in it, just so it doesn't get caught on anything. You know, I have a wing bag that I put these wings into, and that just gets in the way of everything. I think from stock, this airplane should have come with these to where you could plug it in and shift it back so it locks them into place, or make them magnetic so they could come out, because they get caught on everything when you're transporting this thing. Anyway, as you guys will have seen, I have a video on the remade or the repaired flight on this airplane. It flies great. I'm super happy that I was able to repair this and not have to buy a whole entire fuselage here. You can see some of the remnants of the repair right here. Obviously, when you're flying, it doesn't matter at all. But one thing I wanted to mention about this airplane is that after crashing it, I actually have gained more respect for this airplane. All the structures, the carbon structures that go through here to make this scale cockpit possible is really pretty nice. Like I said, I've got a newfound respect for this airplane as far as all the engineering that went into making this possible. So good on Eflite for taking care of all that stuff. I just love this cockpit. It's so cool. I'm also going to be filming a tips and tricks video on the Eflite Draco, just to show you the quirks and everything about this airplane on how to manage having a Draco. Now, I am going to come out with my video very soon about what I think about this airplane. You know, do I like it? Do I love it? Do I not like it? That's all coming up pretty soon. You guys can make a guess on what my predictions are. So anyway, it's a cool plane. It is really, really cool. So you guys can look out for that video coming up pretty soon, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.